Hey YouTube, it's your girl Dr. J, and I am going to be talking about something that is near and dear to my heart, and that is cursive. Yes, I'm a big fan of not just teaching cursive, but teaching cursive early, very early. And there's a few reasons why I'm an advocate for cursive first, or at least cursive early, simultaneously with teaching print, if not before teaching print. I've been seeing a lot of articles and news reports about school systems that are going with just dumping cursive altogether. And I rarely see a lot of homeschoolers talk about teaching their kids cursive, especially early. And I want to give you some reasons why you may want to reconsider and really think about cursive. So, first, why do I like cursive? I like cursive for a lot of reasons. Cursive is great when it comes to learning to read and write, and especially that's going to be especially true for dyslexics. The reason why cursive is so important for dyslexics and it's so helpful with dyslexics is because a lot of times with dyslexics the problem is eyes, and this will be true for children that just have vision issues and some other issues that aren't necessarily dyslexia, but they're reading disability type issues. The reason is because it focuses the eye on a word. Sometimes when you're reading print, it's hard to see those little spaces between where one word stops and another word begins. But with cursive, all the letters that go together are going to be linked together. So it's going to focus the eye a lot easier, puts a lot less strain on the eye, and children don't have to guess as much. All the words that go together are linked together. Another reason why I really am an advocate for cursive first is because it is impossible to reverse cursive letters. Very easy to reverse print letters. It is impossible to reverse a cursive letter. You cannot write this backwards. Okay, try it. Try it. You can't write it backwards. Okay. Try to write this backwards. Can't do it. Can't do it. Okay. So, you really want to really think about that. If your child is having issues with reversals, try them on cursive. I guarantee you reversals will stop. They will stop. Another thing that cursive does is that it really helps children with spelling, because when you are writing in cursive, you have to think about what letter comes next, because the way you end one letter is going to be determined by the way you begin the next letter. And so they're really thinking about how to spell the letter the word as they write, as opposed to with print where every letter is independent. So sometimes they don't really even think about what letter they put before. So they really think about the words as they're writing them, really think about the words as they're spelling them, because it's really hooking them together, and how the word, what comes before and after really dictates how the letter is formed. So they really think about the process, and they really, as they look at the word and as they're reading cursive, they're really thinking about, okay, I know this is tomorrow because that is how an M looks in cursive, and it just makes it so much easier. So those are some reasons why cursive is beneficial. Another reason why I like cursive is because everyone expects print to look the same. There is a right way and a wrong way to print, whereas we are allowed to have creativity with cursive. That's why your signature is your signature, because when you write in cursive, everybody understands that each person is going to have their own slant. They're going to have their own lines. They're going to have their own flow. And so there's much less pressure on a child to be perfect when they're writing in cursive. And we understand that everybody's cursive looks a little bit differently. So it's going to allow for your child to really let their personality shine through, and that's going to be okay. You'll see, even with cursive books. Some people, have the lines starting before, like, you'll see a cursive Y like this, and then sometimes you won't have the tail at the beginning. So, even when people are teaching cursive, there's different ways that cursive is going to be taught. So that's another reason why I really like it, because it allows for individuality. If you're teaching cursive to younger children, I keep showing these. These are Montessori sandpaper letters. These are the ones on wood, but you can make sandpaper letters yourself. Just take out some construction paper, put some glue, write the letter with glue, and then drop some craft sand on top. Let it dry. Shake off the extra sand, and you will have your own homemade sandpaper letters. They're great. I do it with my kids. Like, I'll write their names in cursive and make our own little sandpaper letters with their names, and then they can just trace their name with their fingers, and then they can practice writing it. There are also some books that you can get for young people. This is from the McRuffy Press, and it is a kindergarten cursive handwriting. So there are some programs that encourage cursive even with young children. Kuman, cursive words starts at ages 6, 7, 8, but cursive letters starts at 4, 5, 6. So this one goes really easy into the cursive letters, but for cursive words, they start really early. Cursive letters starts really early, so you can start teaching your child cursive at the 3, 4, 5 age range. And another part that's not as practical, but I think it has lifelong skill, is that, all, early documents and historical documents, they were written in cursive, and if your child can't read cursive, they will be forever dependent on secondhand sources to give them information. So just teaching cursive will allow your child to be able to find and consume historical documents, original documents for themselves, and not be completely dependent upon someone else. So it's not that print isn't important. I think print is important, but you really don't have to do anything for your child to learn print, because that's all they see for the most part in today's computer age. They're going to be exposed to print all the time. Everything that they read is generally going to be in print, so you don't have to focus so much on print. But if you want your child to learn cursive, you're really going to have to teach them, and you don't have to wait until they're in the 3rd or 4th grade to teach cursive. Cursive can be taught right from the start. So, hope this helps. This is Dr. J at DAJedu, and I am